Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of the Euroventure blog. This week we're going to be talking about hostels and answering 5 of the questions that people normally have when they're thinking about staying in hostels when they're going interrailing around Europe. Question number 1, what is a hostel? So basically a hostel is a kind of accommodation set up especially for young people travelling on a budget. And the idea of a hostel is that it's a communal space where you stay in dorms, you meet other travellers, so the prices are usually a lot lower than a hotel, but you would normally sleep in a room which has 4 or 5 other people in it as well as yourself, so that's kind of the difference between a hotel and a hostel. Question number 2, what's the advantage of staying in a hostel? The advantage of staying in a hostel is really the fact that you're going to run into people from all over the world in a really social environment and save money at the same time. It's a really communal environment where everyone kind of just gets on, you can go out together, you can make friends, and it's a really informal way of having accommodation when you're travelling Europe. Question number 3, what are hostels like? So hostels have a bad reputation and they've gained this over the years for being kind of grotty, not being very nice places to stay, maybe not even being very safe, but none of that's true anymore. Nowadays we're really in the era of the boutique hostels, so you've got hostels which have amazing designs, they've got really comfy beds, they've got lockers, free Wi-Fi, cafes, bars, clubs, anything you can imagine, hostels can have them. The hostels that we use are specially selected for their great facilities, for their super sociable atmospheres, and of course for the balance of price as well. Even the most basic hostels now have free Wi-Fi, usually some kind of cafe or a place where you can get some breakfast, lockers to keep your valuables safe, washing facilities and a kitchen so that if you want to make your own food you can do that, which again is another benefit which you wouldn't get in a hotel, and it can help you to save a bit of money there as well. Question number 4 is, should I stay in dorms in hostels? So usually you'll have the option of either staying in a private room, so just you and your friends, or just you on your own, or you would stay in a dorm. Dorms can vary in size from 4 up to about 30 people depending on the hostel. Obviously the more people there are in the dorm, the lower the price, so the advantage there is that you save yourself loads of money and you get to meet loads of people. Some people feel worried about sharing the space with that many people, particularly if it's an issue to have a mixed dorm, because they usually are girls and boys in together. I'd say if you're travelling on your own, dorms are definitely the way to go because it's so much easier to meet people when you're surrounded by them in your room, and people are really friendly in hostels, so they'll always approach you, see if you want to go for a drink, go for dinner, and it's a good way to get yourself involved when you're travelling on your own. If you're travelling in a group and maybe you want to get a bit more sleep, or you prefer to have single-sex rooms, it might be a good idea to consider either having a smaller dorm room or a private room. Obviously that can come at a higher cost, but if that's something that you would prefer, then it's definitely worth considering, and that's something that we can do at Euroventure as well. Question number 5, and probably the most important question for a lot of people, is, are hostels safe places to stay? So all the hostels that we use will have 24-hour receptions, so you can come in at any time and there'll be someone there to help you out. They all have lockers so you can keep your valuables safe, so you don't need to worry about anyone taking your stuff even if you're in a shared room. Obviously you have to keep your wits about you in the same way that you would in any place in Europe or the rest of the world, but beyond the normal kind of safety precautions, there's no need to worry about staying in dorms, whether you're in privates or in larger dorms. Your stuff is going to be safe and you're going to be safe as well. So I hope that's answered some of the main questions that you guys might have about dorms. They save you money and they give you loads of memories to take home with you, and they broaden your horizons as well because you meet people from so many different places in the world. So I would definitely wholeheartedly recommend staying in hostels. Obviously the choice is up to you whether you prefer private rooms or dorm rooms, or if you just prefer to go with hotels, but that's a bit more information about what to expect and 5 of the most common questions answered. So I hope that video was helpful. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you found it useful, and check out our website if you're interested in a bit more information about our interrail packages. So the website address is www.euroventure.eu, and you can call us anytime just to get a quote or for a bit more information about what we do. Thanks very much and see you next time.